Black coffee, no sugar, no cream, black coffee. Ha 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 ha. Black coffee, no sugar, no cream, black coffee. Ha 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 ha. At 12 o'clock on the dot with a cup of Joe, because my nightmares and daydreams won't let me doze. See the souls of the slaves when my eyes are closed. I can't sleep around here, my pride is strong. On the stove is a pot of some freshly brewed. I'm fed up cause the feds, they won't let me move. Not amused by the views of the nightly news. And although it's hard to watch, I'm slightly glued to the television tube. It's the dummy box, flipping channels trying to see what the dummies watch. Sitting Java, thinking what they done to Pac. I'm on the caffeine high and my gun is cocked. I'm getting death threats, the next step they brung the cops. I'm trying to express I'm cool except my tongue is hot. Anybody around my mama and the gun to pop. I'm getting paranoid now, all the fun can stop. I know you wanna see me hung or decapitated, putting kids in jail before they even graduated. I could have been dead, but you see we gladly made it. So I'm up all night on that decaffeinated black coffee. No sugar, no cream, black coffee. Ha 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 ha. Black coffee, no sugar.
The whites cut out. They flee to the suburbs. And the community that you thought you were integrating soon becomes another all-black slum, another all-black ghetto.
It might have been whipped up by militant, anti-white black Muslims. It might have been poverty.
We should control the politics and the politicians in the community where we live. We should control the businesses and create employment opportunities for ourselves. And the social philosophy of black nationalism only means that we should do something to uplift the standard and the level of our own society and put it on par with others.
We want black power. How can you tell black people to be nonviolently and at the same time condone the sending of white killers into the black communities? It's something wrong. We are going to control our communities by any means necessary.
Latte, sugar coating the facts. My coffee like my skin friend, both the black. To change, we doing 10, we don't hope for that. No sweet and low in my Joe, we don't go for that. No, just the mug that's full of black Folgers. The truck pulled up, all full of black soldiers. Say we taking over, so you shall exalt me. Niggas better wake up and smell the black coffee.
I got a scheme that's as clean as a coffee bean. Walk with an awkward lean since Dr. King marched with a dream. Believe in that, my jeans is black, just like the clouds that try to impede my path. Black sheep of the fam.
Got to build so much strength in building our community that if they come to get one person, they're gonna have to mess with us all. That's what we got to do. That's what we got to do.
Listen, sucker. I'm blacker than the ace of spades and more militant than you and your whole damn army put together. And while you out there chanting at rallies and browbeating politicians, I'm taking out any money front sucker on a Hummel that gets in my way. So I tell you what, when your so-called revolution starts, you call me, and I'll be right down front showing you how it's done. But until then, you need to shut the fuck up when grown folks is talking.
The greatest threat to the internal security of the United States of America was the free children's breakfast program.
Good morning. I can hear you. Good morning. Good morning. Life is beautiful. Free
If we didn't talk about a breakfast for children program, we got one.
Come on in, little brother. Come on in, little sister. Y'all can sit down and get something to eat. Y'all take off y'all coat.
That was the greatest threat to the internal security of the United States of America. Grits.
By the late 1960s, the organization had over 2,000 members. Critics of the party saw the organization as a racist hate group, while supporters agreed with its push for equality, if not its violent methods. The federal government considered the Panthers terrorists. In the FBI's estimation, the Black Panther Party was an extremist group that advocated the use of violence and guerrilla tactics to overthrow the U.S. government. Neutralizing the Panthers and other political dissidents became a #1 priority for the FBI. But how far would the government go to prevent the spread of subversive elements? Would they, in fact, break the law? Here's where it gets crazy. Yes, in 1956, the FBI formed a secret program called COINTELPRO to combat subversive political organizations. This series of secret operations focused on several major groups: Communist, Socialist, the Ku Klux Klan, Black Nationalist, and others. The Panther Party was not originally one of the FBI targets, but by 1968, J. Edgar Hoover considered them the greatest threat to the internal security of the country.
But we had books, we had law books, we had legal education. Now, legal education was just as much as an important part of our self-defense program as the guns, but you don't read about that, do you? You don't read about the survival programs that we had going on for the people. Free children breakfast program, trying to feed some of these little hungry kids before they go off to school in the morning. You don't read about that. You don't read about the educational program that we had going on for these kids, for the older folks as well. You don't read about the shoe giveaway, clothing giveaway, coat giveaway that we had going on back east so people don't freeze to death during the winter months. You don't read about that. You don't read about the free prison busing program where we bus people from the communities out to the prison, to the penitentiaries, so the people can visit the loved ones who are incarcerated. You don't read about that. You don't read about the free ambulance service that we had going on in the Winston-Salem, North Carolina chapter because black people in Winston-Salem, North Carolina were denied basic emergency health care. You don't read about that. You don't read about the cell anemia testing program where we tested over 500,000, 500,000 people before the U.S. government even realized the cell anemia was a threat to the well-being of black people in America. Why? Because there's no guns there, no sensationalism there, no dramatic value. It doesn't sell newspapers, it doesn't boost the television ratings. It's just some black people getting organized to help some other black people. Look, hold on. If you read the FBI files, which I have read because it got about 1 million pages in there with my name on it. Okay, look, if you read the FBI files, you will see that even Mr. J. Edgar Hoover himself had to say that it was not the guns that were the greatest threat to the internal security of the United States of America. It was not the guns. What was it, people? Huh? What was the greatest threat to the internal security of the United States of America in the opinion of Mr. J. Edgar Hoover? What was it? Huh? So Hoover saw it as a kind of he said the children's breakfast program, he said it was a infiltration. It's funny, ain't it? It's funny. Isn't it funny? It's funny. Infiltration. I mean, how are black people who are born and raised in the black community, who live and work in the black community, going to infiltrate their own black community? You tell me that. If anybody's infiltrating, I think it's J. Edgar Hoover. Probably in a negligee. I think he got the wrong word anyway. I wouldn't call it infiltration. I'd call it a revolution, straight up, wouldn't you? I'm going to keep the faith. I know we got people in prison all over this country. We got so many black people in prison in America right now. I lost count. But we must know that prison can never be victorious because walls and bars and guards and cells can never keep down or hold down or suppress an idea. I'm going to close out now by saying all power to the people.